Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel, Up the Reds TV, with me, Andy Camby. So this one is the preview for Liverpool versus Newcastle, and shall we call it the Mo Salah press conference that was done today by Arne. Only jesting there. Right, let's get to it. So the second bit, Mo Salah. He was mentioned a lot in today's press conference by the journos. First thing first, he was asked about his performances, and Onslaught said, look, he said he had an absolutely terrific game against Man City, especially in the second half when he did a lot of defensive work. And I have to be honest, when I watched the rerun of the full game again, knowing that what the result was, Onslaught was right. He did do. I don't think I've ever seen him defend as well as he did on Sunday. I can't recall a game, even when it was the three amigos, Mane and Bobby. So yeah, that was really great. And I think where he could, he supported when Trent was getting roasted by Doku. He was there or thereabouts, so that was really good. And then the second question, another Mo question, is he going to win the Ballon d'Or this year? Now, if you know me, you know that is one of the most pointless awards that you can win. This is only my opinion. You might have different opinions. It's done by the French journalists, aren't they? Because they've got a Mickey Mouse league, so they thought of this competition to be won, and it's you might as well call it the Real Madrid trophy, for a better phrase. Apart from last year when the Man City lad won it, and he's obviously going to relinquish that crown this year. But yeah, he was asked about has he got a chance of winning? Does he need to win the Champions League as well as the league to win that kind of? Onslaught said, look, a lot of people have won it and whatever, but what he needs to do is just keep him working as hard as he has been doing this season, and he might be with a chance. Like I said, I'm not really asked about that trophy, honestly. I'd rather he wins things for Liverpool that mean more to us Reds than any silly trophy that he'll receive for the Ballon d'Or. So yeah. He was also asked about Mo Salah. Is he up there with Ronaldo and Messi? I loved his answer. I think he meant it for the two of them, but he probably would have forgotten that Ronaldo played for the club that's in dire straits up the East Lancs Road, Man United. He said, look, Messi and Ronaldo haven't played in the Premier League season in and season out, which I thought was a fair shout, to be honest. But he said that he's up there with one of the best. His performances are absolutely out of this world. He says, look, him and other players, they do training away from Anfield, from the AXA training ground, and he says he goes on it and sees on his Insta, what work he does and the other players do. So he said that the players are really, really focused, about this season, and we're getting the best out of not only Mo, but all the rest of the team. So then he said, joking aside, he needs to be like this if he needs to carry on playing for Liverpool and sign that contract. So that was tongue-in-cheek by him, but there is a seriousness I thought, to that answer. If Mo wants the best and wants to be at those levels, he's going to do it for Liverpool and not a Mickey Mouse club in Saudi Arabia, or Mickey Mouse French club in PSG in a Mickey Mouse league. So, so yeah, it was tongue in cheek, but he did mention it, and I thought there was a bit of seriousness to his answer about Mo wanting to stay and sign. So yeah, he. Sorry, just excuse me while I just get rid of somebody's trying to contact me. It's probably Mo Salah. He talked about how really hard him and the team have worked to get where they are this season. You have to be really honest with yourself that Arne and his other coaching staff have been absolutely tremendous. And he was asked about the 5 games in 15 days. He said, look, the players are trained for this. This is what they do. If they were at a World Cup or a Euros, this is what they'd be doing. They'd be playing so many games with 3 or 4 days, and this is how they train. So he said that's never been the issue for him or the players. I mean, if you take Dom Szoboszlai, I mean, he's just been outstanding. He's played, 4 90-minute games in 12 days. And you saw him against Man City. He was absolutely out on his arse, wasn't he? When you saw the images there, when the final whistle went. And he obviously, at the end, when he did the interview with Mo, and where he thought he got man of the match and not Mo, which bit disgruntled him a bit, but I gave it to Dom, didn't I, in my post-match at Man City. He was out of breath and whatever, but the lad's got energy. The energy levels that he has are absolutely brilliant. But he's asked about, will the players be getting carried away, that the title is getting nearer? And he said, look, there won't be. We've got players like Virgil, Ali, Mo, Robbo. They'll be talking to the players because they've been there, they've done it, and they will make sure that this doesn't slack off. And you can see that in probably, you could be in the group chat, couldn't you, where Virgil's going, right, make sure you're all in bed for 10 o'clock, day before a game. Look, we are not going to be throwing this away. We are not going to be, doing this, doing that. We're all in this together. And I can see Mo saying the same, Robbo, and Ali, of course. So, you've got, apart from probably Ali, you've got captains of the countries. Not that I'm interested in international football. These are international captains as well. So yeah, they'll be, and obviously the likes of Dom, Cody Gakpo, Ryan Gravenberch. These players will want to win the Premier League with Liverpool under Arne Slot in his first season. Make no mistake about that. Players in on the bench, the likes of Elliott, Endo, Kwanzaa, Conor Bradley, Queen Keller, they all deserve to win the Premier League because they've played the part in it this season. 20 odd games unbeaten. It's just the stats just go out the window for me. So players will be staying grounded, and that the message will not be coming from Arne Slot, that be coming within the camp, within the senior players themselves. So let's talk about Newcastle. It's obviously our final game of 5 in 15, and let's take the 3 points. Yeah, Newcastle are a good team. Was it the last away game in City? Put 4 past them because they just weren't at it. I think with their result against who was it, Forest at the weekend, yeah, Newcastle score goals, but you expect them to score goals. They scored 3 past us, didn't they, in the 3-3 draw. They are a threat with Isak and Gordon, Murphy. Midfield, they'll be swamped. They'll have the Italian in there. They'll have the Brazilians in there. So players were rested for that game against Forest. But they are very vulnerable at the back. Now, Arne and Virgil van Dijk have told us, I'm not at the game tomorrow, I can't make it. They want the crowd to get behind the players tomorrow and, you know, make it a European night. Just show Newcastle that we are louder than their fans in their stadium. And let's get the job done. Let's get it over the line. Let's get the 3 points. And then enjoy, is it 6 days off virtually before the next game? Well, they're not going to be off, are they? I would imagine that Arne, who's a bit concerned about the length gap of the before we play the Champions League game, because he doesn't want the rhythm to disappear. He will give them time off, and then they'll have to prepare for the PSG game away. Is the first leg, isn't it? So have to prepare for that and take it from there. But yeah, so as I was saying about the the fullbacks will be a problem for us with the young fullbacks. But let's hope that you've got Mo on one side. You might have Diaz or Gakpo on the other. I think Jota will start down the middle. It's one of them games. It's at Anfield. We could do with a performance and some goals from him. So yeah, their threats will come from obviously long balls down the flanks, through the middle. It's how Eddie Howe plays, but defensively he's not very good. So let's pick him off and let's get a positive result, and let's just get the 3 points and just add that to the tally that we're already on. Obviously our nearest rivals are away to Notts Forest. Notts Forest have not been good of late, but let's see if they turn up for the night game against Arsenal tomorrow as well. Okay, so excuse me again, somebody trying to ring me again. Apologies. Might have been Arne this time instead of Mo. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. I have got other things to talk about as well. It's in the back. There's some background noises being made now about a player agreeing a pre-contract but doesn't want it to come out. I'm going to leave that to your imagination, who it could be. And there's also Paul Joyce has resurfaced all of a sudden, who he works for the Times, but apparently he has close links to Hughes and Edwards, and he's done an article about nothing that we already don't know, but I'm just wondering why he would stir up the hornet's nest when it's comfortable, as in what we are. He's mentioned that Konate has not signed a contract. He's been given an improved contract. I'll go bit by bit with what the article says. You can always go online to read it yourselves. I'm not too fussed about it, but he's mentioned quite a bit in there. Obviously concerned about the 3 not signed yet, who are out of contract. Ibu is going to be out of contract. Is he after next season? So there is an offer on the table for him, and Ibu's probably doing the right thing. There's rumours about PSG wanting him, but also that he's probably waiting to see what happens to Virgil and Mo, and probably Trent for that matter, before he does anything. And obviously the left back situation, they're looking at the left back situation with Robbo's legs are going. Tsimikas is not going to be his replacement, so they're looking at other players. He mentioned Kekeres, is it, from Bournemouth, looking at another midfielder and looking at a striker. He mentions Diaz and Nunes, either one or both of them not being at the club next season. They might be regarded surplus to requirements. He's also mentioned Elliott as well. So a lot going on in that article. If you want to read it, you can go on to the Times or just scrolling Paul Joyce, and he's sort of like done that. No idea why he has to do that when we're going for the Premier League. We're still in the Champions League. Has he been told something by the club? I don't know, but I just think it's a bit pathetic, that article. If I'm honest with you, with myself, and honest with you guys. So I'll only tell you what comes out of the club, and these journalists, they think they have the connections with Liverpool. I don't think there is a connection. There's always Ornstein. Apparently he's another one, but he's probably, he's probably more from the owner's side. Yes, so just be watching out. Is there going to be something that's coming out in the next few days? Because don't forget, we are off for 7 days. So after our game tomorrow, so there's got to be some news coming out of Anfield, or maybe not. In this case, it might be just lads, go away for a couple of days. Let's come back. Let's regroup and let's get ready for the Champions League game before we play Southampton, and then obviously we've got the Carabao final as well in March. So yeah, okay. So that's enough from me. If you like this video, please give me a like. Please share, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And let's get it grown to 100 subscribers by the end of the season. Okay, and leave me the comments down below as well when you've watched it. Okay, they're all open, and we'll just have to mention, won't I, what the team's going to be. I think he'll go full team again. I think it'll be. I mean, people are talking about Robbo. Might be one game too far for him. I'd keep him in there. I think we need that settle back five. Trent will be there. Ibu, Verge, Ali. Midfield, I think he'll keep the same midfield and keep the two number 10s in Szoboszlai and Jones. Obviously Gravenberg and Maka. And then up front's the interesting one for me. He might go Gakpo, and he might go Jota with Mo, but I'd probably start with Luis Diaz, if I'm honest with you, and bring Jota in. So is that too many? It might be, isn't it? No, I think he'll bring Jota, maybe Cody Gakpo in, and Mo, because obviously we've got one extra in midfield. So let's have a look. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, yeah, my apologies for that. So I'm so used to saying there's 3 up front, but no, it'll only be 2. I think it might be Jota and Mo. Failing that, it might be Cody and Mo. There's a lot of people saying that Núñez should be given a chance. Not in my eyes, no. You've got. Did you see how the lads in a collective work so hard at Man City? We don't need to be carrying any players in this game because it will be a high octane game against Newcastle. So for me, no Núñez, because of the work rate that's needed from the players. Okay, as I said, that's enough from me. Give this video a like, give it a share, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I will speak to you after the game tomorrow and do a quick post-match. Okay, enjoy your Tuesday evening. Up the Reds.